Hey there, how's it going? Grill Father Johnny Al here. And I have a question for you today. If I were to ask you or to take a survey and ask what people think is the most important tool when it comes to barbecuing, what's the most important tool when it comes to smoking meat? What do you think people will say? Well, that's what I want to explore with you today. And I'll give you my opinion, what I think most people will say. And then we'll take a look at what I personally think is the most important tool when it comes to smoking meat. Hey, if you're stopping by for the very first time today, we want to give you a super giant Texas North welcome. Hey, it's hot out here. Let's go inside and start talking about what the most important tool is in barbecuing. Let's rock and roll.
We are live from my backyard where I am smoking these meat like a brisket. I'm making meat now. Someone asked me, do I smoke meat? That's gonna be delicious. Yeah, I smoke meat, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Welcome back. Now, at the top of the video, we asked the question, what is the most important tool needed when smoking meat? And I believe that many people, maybe most even, would say having a really good, accurate, and quality meat probe is most important, such as a thermopen that I like to use. And I have to agree that a meat probe that is accurate is very important so that we make sure we're getting to the temperature, the precise temperature at the end that we want our meats to get to. But I don't think it's the most important. The most important tool for me, and in my opinion, is having a good management and monitoring system. And what I'm going to share with you today is what I use, my tool. And this is my Texas North Barbecue and Griddle Cook Log. This is my management and monitoring tool that I use for each and every cook. Now, in my other videos, you will hear me often refer to the M&M stage, the managing and monitoring phase or stage of the cook. And that's where this comes into play. So we're going to spend the bulk of this video taking a deep dive into what this tool is all about. This really is a tool for not only the first-time beginner, but also for the seasoned cook as well. Now, in terms of materials that you'll need for this little art project, you need a 3-ring binder, a pen, some paper, some sheet protectors, and some identification tabs. You can get that all at an office supply store or even Walmart, and you really won't spend more than about $15. So let's take a look inside and see what this is all about. And the first couple of things I have are some charts. This first chart is a smoking times and temperature charts. It breaks down the 5 main types of meats, and then underneath each type of meat you have the different kinds of roasts and cuts that you can smoke. This first column here shows you an estimated smoking time, which we don't really worry about too much. It's just a general guide. We're more interested in what the final finished internal temperature is. We cook the temperature, not time. And here in the middle is the smoking temperature inside of the smoke chamber. So this is kind of a good guide to use. The second type of chart that I have in here is a meat smoking guide, and I will just take this out, give you a better look at it. And over here on the left, it has all your different types of woods, and then it will tell you what the flavor strength is, what the flavor profile will be with the woods, and then over here again, the 5 or 6 major types of meats. And what this does is it will tell you what wood pairs best with whatever type of meat you're smoking that day. Let's take, for example, we are going to be smoking ribs, pork ribs. Now, over here, it says that if we're going to use apple, it's going to give us a mild flavor, strength, and the flavor profile will result in a sweet and fruity taste. The check marks mean that the wood over here is ideal for these types of meat. So apple wood pairs ideally with different types of pork shoulder, ribs, and chicken. If it has a dot in the box, it means that that wood will work well with that type of meat also. So back to our apple. Apple will also pair well with beef and turkey, but not so well with fish. So this is a good guide that will tell you what types of wood work best and also what type of flavor that you can expect when you're done cooking. Now, the way I have this set up is I have it set up into 5 main sections. And the sections are beef, and then pork. The next section is fowl, or chicken and turkey, for example. Then after that, I have a section for bison. And then finally, I have a section here just for other. And that's for anything that doesn't fall within these other categories here. Things like lamb and elk and other types of, smoking cheese and things like that. So if it doesn't fall into one of these categories, I put it into the other section. So as you can see, we have these in our sheet protectors. So if I'm going to, for example, if I want to smoke short rib, that's what I'm smoking for the day. I will take a blank sheet, which I usually keep in the back here. I will take it out, and I'm going to fill this out for the day. We'll just take a little bit of a closer look here. And this is essentially what it looks like. You'll put the date in at the top. And then over here we have 3 major categories. The pre-cook categories, and then subcategories underneath it. The in-cook, which is the most important stage. This is really where you're managing and monitoring your cook. And the subcategories here. And then underneath there we will take time to record our rest period, start time and end time, what the weather conditions were like for the day, and then any comments that we can use the next time around to help us when we go to smoke beef rib again. So on this day, I used the Pit Boss smoker. The beef short rib was 5, almost 6 pounds in weight. We purchased it. Our source was Wild Fork Foods, and it came frozen. The rub that we used was a combination of no salt, accent or MSG, 16 mesh, coarse ground black pepper, and a sprinkle of rosemary. The binder that we used to hold on that rub was a duck fat binder. We didn't inject it that day. The woods that we used were mesquite pellets as well as post oak mini splits, no sauce. And then we had a water pan inside the chamber. Other notes there, if I was doing like a tri-tip, for example, then I would indicate here that I would sear it first before putting it into the smoker. In the in-cook stage here, we will record our start time and any kind of wrapping that we would do with aluminum foil or butcher paper and the times that we did the wrap, and then what our final end time was. And we will record that and how many hours it took. Our target cook temperature, what we're going to be cooking at in the smoker, was 275 for the day. And our internal temperature that we were looking to cook to was 203 degrees. So that's what we were aiming to get to. I recorded the spritz times, and also if I did any changes to the wood, replenished the wood. So for example, these are the different times that I put new pieces of post oak mini splits into the firebox. And then down here, it was a 1 hour rest period. And for the day, it was a hot day, 89 degrees. And we had a little bit of rain in the afternoon and slight winds. So when I'm done with the cook and I have this all filled out, I will put it in its home. And then the next time I go to cook beef short ribs, I will just come to here and pull this out, see what I did for the day, maybe look at some of the other cooks I did in the past for beef short rib. And then I don't have to remember what I did to cook or smoke beef short ribs. I don't have to kind of reinvent the wheel. It's all here and nicely laid out for me. I knew that my target internal temperature was 203 degrees, and I'm going to be cooking in a 275 degree range when I go to put the meat inside the smoker. So again, put it in its sleeve, put it back in its home here, and I can go pull it out the next time that I go to smoke beef short rib. And this all makes it nice and tidy and keeps everything in one place. And if I need to take this outside with me, then it's easy to transport and easy to take out with me. So that's it, my friends. I hope that you'll give it a try. You can use the method that I talked about here today, the 3-ring binder method, or you are welcome to try whatever works best for you. It doesn't really matter what you actually use, but it's the idea that you really stay focused and have something that you can constantly refer to and really keep you on track. I've been doing this for a long time and I still use it. I hope you'll find some value in it, and whatever mechanism you use to help you manage and monitor your cooking, I hope it works out for you as well. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful and helpful. Would you do me a favor hitting the like and subscribe buttons, as well as sharing this video with a family member or friend? Till next time, this is Grill Father Johnny L. Take care, God bless, smoke on. Ciao for now.